Ever wondered how the electoral process works? At its core, it's a democratic tool used to select representatives. To partake, meet certain requirements like age and citizenship. But it doesn't stop there. You have to register to vote. It's your ticket to participate in democracy. Remember, there are deadlines for registration set before an election. Missing these deadlines means you forfeit your chance to vote. So, the first step in the electoral process is ensuring you're registered to vote. But what happens next? Once registered, you're ready for the next stage, primaries and caucuses. But what are these? Simply put, they are the first hurdle in the presidential race, methods for political parties to select their nominee. Primaries operate on discretion, using secret ballots where voters privately choose their candidate, shielding their choice from public view. Contrarily, caucuses involve open, often passionate discussions and voting. Imagine gathering of party members expressing their support for a candidate and persuading others to join them. Remember, each state has the liberty to decide its procedure for selection, hence the use of methods varies. Some use primaries, others caucuses, and a few a mix of both. Regardless, the goal remains the same. Primaries and caucuses allow parties to find their champion, the one they believe can win the presidential race. But how do these champions fight for the ultimate title? That is the question that looms large as we move forward in our exploration of the American political system. The stage is set, candidates are ready, and now comes the general election. This is where citizens across the nation voice their choice. They select their favorite candidates from those who've emerged triumphant from the primaries and caucuses. Voting in the general election can be done in two ways. Voters might choose to vote in person or opt to mail in their votes. Every vote carries equal weight. The process is simple, but the anticipation is high. The ballots are tallied, and the winner is declared. After the votes are cast, they are counted, and the winner is announced. But is that the end of the story? Not quite. In some cases, like the US presidential election, there's one more step, the Electoral College. It's not a hall of academicians, but electors from each state casting votes for their state's citizens. The number of electors depends on each state's representation in Congress. Hence, California has more than Rhode Island. Here's the crux. It's not about the maximum public votes, but the majority of electoral votes. The candidate winning over half of the 538 electoral votes gets to inhabit the White House. And that, in a nutshell, is the electoral process. Democracy in action, from voter registration to the Electoral College. Join our community and subscribe to Times of Society to stay empowered, informed, and inspired.